What's going on, you guys? EP09 back here with another video, and I have a few updates for you guys today. So Nick Walker dropped a new video on his YouTube page where he goes through a full day of eating and does more of a vlog style video, which you really don't see Nick do a whole lot of these days. Mostly he just does training videos and Instagram updates, but yeah, Nick went through an entire day of his eating, what his diet is currently like leading up to the Arnold Classic. Now, while they made a trip to the grocery store, Nick and his girlfriend, he was actually asked by his girlfriend Maria how much cardio he was doing in his preparation for the upcoming Arnold Classic. Check it out here.
You got a little sweat there?
What?
A little sweaty there.
Yeah, hard cardio session, you know?
How much cardio are you doing?
20 minutes. Yeah, 6 days a week.
So some of you guys might be shocked to hear that Nick is only doing 20 minutes of cardio a day, 6 days a week right now, and he's less than 6 weeks out from the Arnold Classic. But this is honestly not a surprise to me at all. You know, just look at it this way. This will help keep his legs nice and full going into the show, and you know, that's a strategy that a lot of guys do. They'll cut out the cardio getting close to the show, usually a little bit closer than now, but the big thing is bodybuilders do cardio to strip off body fat, obviously. Well, Nick doesn't have any body fat to strip off. I'm sure this was part of his and Matt Jansen's plan from the very beginning of formulating a plan to compete in the Arnold Classic so soon after the Olympia. You know, Nick stayed on his diet after the Olympia. He went right back to the gym only a day or two after competing, I think it was. So essentially, Nick is just maintaining what he already had from the Olympia and doesn't need to do any more cardio. In fact, beyond just his legs, more cardio could be detrimental to his physique. You know, once you're lean enough, which Nick is, any significant changes to, his physique is going to be manipulated through diet and supplementation. But, when you think about it, I mean, yes, of course, it's still hard work. It's still a lot of work and strain on the body. But in terms of hard dieting and cardio, competing in so close of a vicinity to the Olympia or any show would actually be an advantage in terms of the fact that, in Nick's case, he can utilize a good portion of the hard work that he has already put in for the Olympia and bring that to the Arnold Classic, to try and get that victory. Essentially, Nick just has to maintain this level of body fat percentage right into his peak. So all of the guys who may have said that it's too close to the Olympia, perhaps didn't weigh out all the variables and potential advantages of competing so close to the Olympia. I do think Nick is going to need a good break after the Arnold, but I'm sure again that him and Matt Jansen already have a plan to do that. With this vlog style video too, Nick has been known to shut down during his preps, especially in the final 10 to 12 weeks. Like when he used to do Fuad's podcast, he always used to say, "Now, during prep, especially for the Olympia, I'm not going to be on. You won't see me on the show." So the fact that he feels good enough to do a vlog style video, I think speaks to how Nick is feeling right now too. No doubt he's motivated, he seems happy, so his mental game seems strong. And of course, judging by the update pictures, I think we're going to see a very impressive Nick Walker at this year's Arnold Classic. So another guy who's looking to make an impressive return to the Arnold Classic stage is Justin Rodriquez. So honestly, Justin looks like he's behind in these pictures, He just looks like he's a little bit behind. Now, with that being said, for any of you that follow Justin Rodriquez out there, you guys know that he makes massive improvements in his conditioning in the final 3 or 4 weeks of his competition prep. It's almost like he goes from 8 weeks out to 3 weeks out very, very quickly. So I'm not going to judge by these pictures, but he does look good. These are his most impressive shots, these back shots, absolutely in my opinion. So I'm not worried about Justin showing up in condition. The only concern I would have is that, I think Justin is in need of rest. I also don't think that Justin hung on to as much conditioning during his rebound from the Olympia, judging by these pictures. But, I mean, look, hats off to the guy. He's one of the hardest working guys in the IFBB, honestly. Justin competed in 6 shows in the 2022 season, and not just all small shows either. Justin competed in the 2022 Arnold Classic where he took 5th. He also took 5th at the New York Pro. He took 2nd at the Legion Sports Fest. He also did the Indy Pro and the Boston Pro. So look, you guys, Justin Rodriquez is nothing short of an absolute beast. No question. I mean, this is what guys used to do back in the 90s. It's just unheard of in this day and age. But with all that being said, what Justin needs now, I think, is to take an extended off season. Well, I mean, after the Arnold, I suppose. He wouldn't back out now unless he had a legitimate reason to do so with a doctor's note since, the IFBB changed the rules and now they're going to start penalizing competitors who drop out of invitational shows after publicly committing to those shows. Well, there's really only one, the Arnold Classic, but yeah. I think Justin needs to let his body rest. If memory serves correctly, he was going to drop out of the Olympia, but decided to do it to everyone's surprise. I think I have that right. But yeah, Justin needs a break. The mileage was starting to show in his physique during the 2022 season, I find. But again, like I said, hats off to the guy. He has put in a ton of work and deserves all the credit in the world for that. But his physique would benefit from taking a break and going back into a caloric surplus, putting on some body fat, coming off the supplements to clean out, get his blood work done. All of those factors that come with being a professional bodybuilder. But hey, Justin is in it for the Arnold at this point, so we'll see how he does. So one guy that I would love to see on that Arnold Classic stage someday is Goodvito, Vitaly Igolnikov. Goodvito dropped an update picture where he's looking like he would do well in this year's Arnold Classic, honestly. When I saw this picture, I thought, I think Goodvito is ready to stand on the stage with the best in the world. One could argue maybe he needs to get some more size in his triceps just to really balance out his physique. That's one thing I do notice. But what he really needs to gain is some muscle maturity and some more stage experience. So, muscle maturity will come in time, but he can work on that stage experience. It's time for him to gain experience with figuring out his peak, finding out more about how his body will rebound after some more shows, continuing to show progress to push his brand forward. All of these things are very important in being relevant in this day and age of professional bodybuilding. Especially in the posing department for Goodvito. I'm not saying that he's a bad poser, but for instance, if you look at this front double, I would like to see Goodvito crunch down on his abs a bit in this shot. I'm sure you'll all recall that Nick Walker used to do this exact same thing by elongating his midsection in the front double bicep. Once Nick started crunching down on his abs, I think the first time we saw it was the New York Pro. I could be wrong on that, but once Nick started crunching down on his abs, he looked significantly better in the front double bicep. So there's an avenue where Goodvito could really make some improvements just from his posing. The guy doesn't need any more size per se to hang with the top pros, like I mentioned the triceps, but what he really needs to do is gain experience with his peak and his posing, I think. But when he pulls together the entire package and presentation, I think this guy has the potential to be the new breakout star of 2023. So that's going to do it for me in this video, you guys. Let me know down below what you think in the comments section. Do you think Nick would benefit from doing more than 20 minutes of cardio a day? Is Justin Rodriquez going to show up at the Arnold Classic in competitive shape, or does he need a break at this point? Will Goodvito be the breakout star of 2023? Let me know below. Thanks for tuning into EP09. Be sure to like and subscribe.